Hey y'all, welcome to Life with Trey and Jay. I'm Trey.
And I'm Jay, and we are so excited to be with y'all.
It's a duo, girlfriend.
It is.
So today we're talking about common misconceptions of Christianity, Christians. But let me tell you something. We got to bring up our tea because we're about to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. Hello, friend. Friend, hello. Whichever one you seeing, we here. Stay tuned.
You crazy.
Wow. Thank God for it.
So I am excited to talk about this because I have so many examples of the funniness and like the crazy things that people thought. So one comes to mind. I don't even remember how long ago this was, but this is probably more than like 5 to 6 or 6 years ago. I was on the train. I'm trying to get into my word. I remember thinking, okay, Jeanelle, you have this block of time on the train, read the Bible. And at that time, it was kind of hard for me to read the Bible. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm trying to get into it. And this guy's like, yo, ma, what's that? Is that a Bible? And I'm like, hey, I'm like, hi. And he's like, was that a Bible? I'm like, yeah, it's a Bible. He's like, you like it? And I was like, yeah, I'm getting into it. I'm trying to understand it. And he's like, so you a Christian? And I was like, yeah, you could say that. And he's like, but you sexy though. And I was like,
why his
yes,
voice
I
was
am.
like this.
But I don't know if he sounded like that, but to me it's like, yo, ma, but you sexy though. And we live in Brooklyn, so you know. And I thought that was so funny. I'm like, so I can't be sexy and a Christian. He's like, I'm not saying that. I'm surprised. And I'm like,
I like that you asked him that.
That's hilarious. It was a conversation. It was a nice conversation. I just thought it was funny. And I was like, well, thank you for calling me sexy. But, I read the Bible and I'm sexy. That's it. So
he asked you for your number?
He probably did, but I ain't give it to him because... Anyway, so the misconception is you cannot be attractive. Some people think that. You can't be attractive, sexy, or I don't know. Maybe wear lipstick and makeup and be done up if you're a Christian. Or you got to wear your dress and your skirt down to here and your like blouse up to here. Because that's what she thought about me. Got you! That is extremely true.
I did. No. For facts. I did. But the thing is so funny, right? She wasn't dressed that way, but my first impression of her...
Because I said what I did as and
I don't even know what she... I don't even remember what she said.
The reason why is because I said, hey, I'm a youth minister.
And I was like, oh, in my head, all I heard was Jesus. She never did.
All she saw was...
Right.
I don't know. So this is before she really got to know me, and after we got to know each other, she confessed that, and this is actually in season 1, the first episode. She confessed that, like, yo, I thought you was a nun. Like, I thought you were whack. I thought you were.
I didn't think you were whack.
Thought you didn't want to be friends with me. She didn't want to be friends with me. I thought I had a friend. But anyway, so that's 2 misconceptions, and I can actually give a whole lot because I had misconceptions about Christians before I like actually became a Christian. So we gonna talk about that. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, y'all. So, one thing that was really important for me, I was trying to figure out, do people who love Jesus have fun? Because I was like, y'all be looking
dry,
real dry.
Really?
Okay? That was my first impression.
I thought that too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, everything is church. Everything is Jesus. Everything is what? Like, what do y'all really do outside of go to church? Is everything at the church? And the funny thing is, I grew up Roman Catholic, as I told you guys, and I always went to church. Like, all the fun stuff was at church. But as an adult, I was like, so, but what you be doing though? Like, And so that was my misconception, was that you don't have fun. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but if y'all see my Insta stories, I have nothing. Like, by myself, with my sisters in Christ, with everybody. Like, I have a good time. So
traveling, like there's a whole lot. Traveling.
I does this life, guys.
doing-
Okay, I really be enjoying it. Then there's that, and then also just being perfect. That's one experience that I've had. Is people just kind of thinking that because you love Jesus, because you're a Christian, and that you're just like, oh, everything is prim and proper. You're not supposed to have any emotions, like you don't get upset or any of those things. And it's like, nah, I have emotions. I am human.
I'm a real
person. And the thing is that, like, I still love Jesus at the end of the day. So that's kind of my...
Can I tell a story about not having emotion? Some years ago, I was dating this dude, and fast forward. Anyway, we were coming to the end of our relationship because he ghosted me, right? That happens. That was the first time I got hurt, right? So anyway, we finally got in touch with each other. Well, I got in touch with him. And, we started arguing because I'm like, I'm your girlfriend and you literally like disappeared. And, I'm angry and I'm upset. And he's like, you call yourself a Christian? How are you going to be mad at me? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, son, you literally was disrespectful. I am a human being. I have emotions. I hurt. And I probably cursed. But that's not the point. I mean, but that was probably the worst of it. Like, I honestly didn't, like, slash his tires or nothing like I wanted to. I didn't do all the things that I really wanted to, like, beat him up. Like, I really wanted to, like, I was angry.
I told y'all in season 1, Janella's thug life.
No,
Never forget.
I'm not. But anyway, the point is this. I'm not perfect. But the point is this. I have emotions. I was extremely angry. I was upset, and he heard it. And he's like, but you call yourself a Christian. How are you going to be like that, Janelle? Like, how are you going to act like that? And I'm like... I'm being honest, y'all. I didn't go like off the deep end and do some crazy like what was it called? Angela Bassett and
Waiting to Exhale
thing. I didn't go there though I wanted to. It was more like I just showed a lot of anger and frustration. And I'm like, what do you think a Christian is? Anyway, so Christians get hurt. Christians are human.
Yes.
Literally what makes us Christians is like, okay, we understand that we are imperfect. We have issues, we have flaws, and we in desperate need of Jesus. That's like what it is, and we follow him. Yeah. So I didn't hear this story.
No, first of all, I gotta tell y'all, cause like, listen, okay, I love a good time. I'm that person that's always been a person who just really likes to enjoy herself. So anyway, I go to a barbecue. This was like, I really want to say maybe like 3 months or something after. No, I'm lying to y'all. This was like a year after I got baptized, right? At this barbecue, first of all, y'all should know from season 1, but anyway, I'm 6'2", right? And I got legs, guys, okay? So I had on, I think like a skirt. It was like barbecue season, summertime, Coronas on deck, lime, all that. Anyway, I had on a skirt, like a short skirt, summer, and a tank top, and I'm going to a barbecue, and I was ready to have so much fun because I was going with people that I knew. And then I saw this guy that I used to, like, when that guy that was trying to holler at you, but you were like, like you would play cat and mouse a little bit, but you never really gave all the way in type of thing. So anyway, I seen him and he was like, yo, Trey, what's going on? And I was like, hey. He was like, ain't you like, you out here at a barbecue, but you be at church? And I was like, yeah, I'm at a barbecue. Okay. And he's like, oh, but, and then you wearing that? And I was like, it's summertime. It's like 90 degrees outside. And I'm at a barbecue. What is the issue? So because I am a believer means I'm not supposed to have fun. I'm not supposed to be at this barbecue. And I'm not supposed to wear a skirt. Like, I'm so confused. So that to me was
How short was the skirt?
Normally.
Let me
bring y'all back. Normally my skirts were like that long.
Back in the day, BC.
Right. Trey BC was about that
what's
life.
BC?
Before Christ. So anyway, but now it was a regular short skirt. Like it wasn't like
thigh,
crazy. Like all right. It was right. It was like mid-thigh range. It was not crazy.
It was kind of
But before, I probably would have. You know, when you sneeze and you can see a little shushun. Y'all know I'm Haitian. So that was right. That was Trey BC.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. People think that Christians are not supposed to wear skirts like that because actually, like some Christians be like, no, I'm gonna wear my skirt down to maybe my knees. Not too crazy. And some people think, Christian women are never supposed to wear pants. So like he's probably met someone or shorts. He probably met someone that was like that. But to be honest, like whether you're supposed to wear it or not, that does not determine your relationship with God.
Right.
I think that as soon as you develop your relationship with God, he shows you what you should wear and should not wear.
Yes.
So that's what you wore at the time.
Yes. I mean, at the time, I felt like it was no detriment to my relationship with the Lord. Now I'm a little bit more conscious of what it is that I wear, depending on where I'm going, who I'm going to see. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little bit more conscious of it because I never want any of my brothers to stumble. Like I'm not out here trying to be a roadblock for you. I don't want it to be where you see me and you're like, oh my gosh, But then it's like, if I'm wearing a tank top, I can't be enticing you just because I wore a tank top. Like
it's
that's
hot.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you on that end. But as I was talking earlier, I was referring to Romans 14:13, which reads, therefore, let us not pass judgment on one another any longer, but rather decide never to put a stumbling block or hindrance in the way of a brother. So ultimately, I am in a space where I don't want to cause any of my brothers to stumble. Like, I don't want to outwardly be like, too extra for them where it's a stumbling block for them. So that's ultimately what I was referring to with that.
And earlier she did talk about like, yes, you don't want to add to it, but at the end of the day, they're their own person.
Right.
They have their own how can you say it? They have their own mind and they should have their own willpower.
Right.
So, I don't want that
true.
to be like a excuse for anyone, but that is true. You don't want to be like so high and you're like, right.
Like there's one thing if you are having like you have something on and it's too much and so you're looking as if you are serving it on a platter versus someone where you're just like, I'm just wearing a tank top, like, so you're saying that I'm enticing you because that was never my intention. That was never my heart behind it. I was just wearing a tank top because it's hot outside. That's it. So yeah, that's kind of where I was coming from with that.
And the scripture we want to refer to for the whole entire, this whole entire topic is Ephesians 4:24. And it says, and to put on a new self created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. So what we're referring to in this is that, once you accept Christ as like your Savior and Lord, meaning that like you allow him to make decisions on your behalf or you take his leading in your life and you're like, God, okay, this is what I think, but if this is what you believe and this is what you mean to do, I'll put down my opinion and what I want to do and I'll go with yours. So that's what we mean by that. And when you decide that, sometimes this new self, it really clashes with your old self and with the people who are around you. Yeah. And so because you're this new person, so to speak, you stand out more. Yeah. And sometimes people just don't understand and, they put you in this box because of whatever reasons. And so it can become really funny, but at the end of the day, like, this is what it is. And
ultimately, it's a real shift.
Yeah, a change in life.
It's a real shift. Like, the Lord has changed your heart, has transformed your heart. So it's like something is happening,
from the inside out.
Out. And now you're seeing it. So it's like, nah, she used to do all of these things, or he used to do all of these things. And now this person is like, nah, I don't really do that. That doesn't excite me. I'm not attracted to that anymore. So it looks, you have new attractions, you have new, taste buds, you have there are other things that you are interested in versus what you were interested in before. And oftentimes the reason why the misconceptions happen is because you physically look like the same person. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I physically look the same, but I move differently. So because you move differently, it's like, I'm still trying to understand why you don't do all the things that you and I used to do together. So it's a little, it's a little different, and it's for someone else who is trying to grapple with that. Like, so your life just changed totally? Like, I don't understand that. Or, that's a little interesting. Like, why? So that's kind of where we're coming from with putting on the new clothes. We really just wanted to make sure that we talked about that. But listen, y'all, we need y'all to blow us up. Okay, blow us up via DM, blow us up via Gmail, our email, excuse me, and it's life with Trey and Jay. That's JEA is Jay.
That's me.
Okay, so at Life with Trey and Jay on Instagram, Facebook as well, and our email is lifewithtreyandjay@gmail.com. Please let us know what you like. Have you dealt with any of this? Are you trying to figure out if you see someone who is a believer and you're like, I wonder how she feels. I wonder how he feels now. I'm trying to figure this out for myself. So we definitely want y'all to hit us up, y'all.
Yeah. If you have questions, let us know. Later.
Later, y'all.